Hello. I hope that we are doing well. We are real close to finishing the end of this game. Like, real close. To the point where I'm really hoping we start Little Nightmares 2 tomorrow. So there are 4 known achievements, which is Little Lost Things, which we have 9 out of 13 little gnomies. And we at least know which chapters we're missing. We have Not Alone, which is 4 out of 5 like flotsam bottles found. And that's from the first chapter of the extended stories. We have Is Anybody Out There, which is also the flotsam bottles, again, 4 out of 5 as well, from the second chapter of the extended stories. We have Hard to the Core, which I believe is a no death run. So we're going to try and attempt the no death run and search for the hidden gnomes along the way. that is the goal. As soon as I have a death, I have to like restart that run effectively. So yeah. And then there are 5 hidden achievements, right? One of which I'm gonna guess is the flotsam bottles of the third chapter of the extended stories, because that's actually not present in our known achievements. But then there are 4 others that I have no idea. We're hoping that we stumble upon them ourselves organically, but if I have finished all of the known achievements and we still have hidden achievements, I will then look up what the achievements are at that point in time. So that's kind of the goal. So if I have a look at chapter selection, I will figure out which one I'm in, because I have 2 different save files. One is the one where we've done the extended stories, which I actually can't see my screen. Hang on. Is that going to fall over? No. That's 4 out of 5. That's 4 out of 5. That's 4 out of 5. So this is the save file where we have found... Well, I suppose if we're just... Yeah, I suppose if we are just doing the run, it doesn't matter, does it? We're just trying to not die. And so it doesn't matter which game file we're in. So I'm going to do this one. And we'll just see if we can potentially do it. So the goal is to not have that death counter go up at all. I don't remember what number it's at, but the goal is to not have it go up at all. It's a little annoying you can't like skip these cutscenes. But anyway. Oakley dokley. Oops. I don't think there's a gnome in this section that we're missing. I probably should have made notes of how many gnomes are in each section, but I forgot. I think some of the areas are going to be fairly easy to do a no death run through. There are some areas where it's just silly little mistakes, but that's what gets us. I know that we found the gnomes in this particular section, so I'm not too fussed about whether we miss them or not. Oops. Whee. Well, actually, one thing I am curious about, we can climb those, right? This isn't going to cause a death or anything like that. We can climb these, and I'm just kind of curious as to whether there's something else up here. No. Okay. Trying to do minor achievement hunting at the same time. That was one section I was definitely a little worried about, but we got it, so that's fine. I'm a little nervous about the plank there. Wasn't the door. Oh, that's right. We've got a... We gotta do this. At least we're not trying to speed run at the same time. Can you imagine if I was trying to get a speed run at the same time as this? I actually want to say, I don't know if I've tried climbing the boxes that were on this side. I also don't know that we can get back. Oh, we can. Cool. I think it was just a paper plane that dropped. Okay. I also didn't realize that the extended stories were DLC. Can't see. Wee. Yeah, considering we know that we found all the gnomes in this section, I think it's just... I was trying to think. I think it's one gnome from the second chapter and maybe... Oh, if it's 4, I think it's 2 and 2. So I think it's 2 from the second chapter and 2 from the third chapter. What was I coming in here for? Wait, I forget. I thought we had to go in there for something. But I think we've also just done a whole bunch of the extended stories where it was important to do that in the extended stories as well, so... Maybe not important. Maybe we can just go through the door here. Oh, I was like, hang on, we've done this one before. What am I missing? That this is effectively a ladder. That's what I'm missing. I mean, all things considered, I think we're doing fairly well. Like, we're already seeing the Long Arms McGee. Come on. Thank you. I forgot that we start with bread. Okay. See if I remember what we're doing from here. I do vaguely remember this area, and I remember us having a few stupid deaths. What was the dealio with this? I can't remember what... Oh, that's right, we climb it. I was like, I don't remember what we're supposed to do. We climb the chain. That's what we do. So we climb up extra to make sure that we clear it. I don't know that we ever tried climbing that ladder. There's nothing at the top of that ladder, so thank goodness I never did that, but... I actually think that what it is we need to make sure it comes all the way across to us. Then we change its direction, and then we run and jump on it. Look at me remembering how to do things. Is he just gone, or did we just free him? I think he's just gone. Like, I think we, like, freed him. I don't think there's anything else for us to do from there. Okay. I don't understand how we are heavier than that, but apparently we are. I'm glad that I'm streaming now before the heat has really had a chance to settle in. Because it's definitely already started out to be a bit of a warm morning, so... Can I just push this off the edge? Because why not? And what about that one? No. That's okay. Okay. So... I kind of missed getting to it. Oops. I wasn't quite in time with the bloody bin. Okay. Well. Crap. What I am going to do actually is I'm going to load this one, because I think this is the one where I can actually see where we do specifically need to find the gnomes. So I have to load the game, go into the game, go out of the game, so I can go see the chapter selection. Unless I'm missing something that's a little bit easier for me to spy. But so we've done everything in that one. So let's see. Chapter 3, which is dining room. Oh, actually, no, sorry, this is 4, but anyway. Is it just one gnome? Chefs are missing 1 gnome. And also a statue. I'd like to have all the statues on one save, as opposed to them being split across the two, which is what it currently is. Alright, so this is where we're missing 2 gnomes, which is Long Arms McGee. I must have put something oily down on this piece of paper, because that's fun. Anyway, and then, oh, we don't actually have the flotsams found in this particular save. But I think in the other one, it's just 4, 4, and 4. So I think we just know straight up that we're only missing 1. So, alright. So let's do this one, because then I can actively see which gnomes are missing. It's a little bit easier because we know we can run straight through until we get to Long Arms McGee before we actually need to start properly looking for gnomes. Ooh. However, if I die again, I definitely think I'm gonna just try and find gnomes. We'll just continue through and try and find the gnomes as is. Skip a couple of chapters. Right. Come on, let's get moving. That was really funny. They all just went running. I also just realized that, hang on, I know it's not in this particular save, but it was in A. We did have a death, so I forgot to mark it. My bad. We're at 119. There you go. The thing with trying to do this is that it means you have to keep coming across this particular scene. Not great. It's like, why is this taking forever? I'm not entirely sure, but oh. Eee. I always forget about that. One thing I am curious about is if I were to remember that and jump it, Is that possible? Whoa. That would have been bad. Crap, I died. I missed the edge. So I'm actually gonna go back, oops. Go back to the main menu anyway. I'm gonna attempt one more time to try and do this without dying. And if not, then we'll take a break from the hard to the core achievement. Because I could be wrong. It may not even be don't die. It just sounds like it is. I was gonna see if I can do something. Hang on. There we go. Alright. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I just wanted to update my stream info. There we go. Okay. So I just gotta remember to make a jump when the gnome appears. Which wasn't this one. So I have a feeling that that's meant to scare you into thinking that something might see you out of that eye hole, but it's actually Long Arm McGee who can't see it anyway. Will I remember where it is? I feel like it's got to be coming up soon. It's here. Alright. So what happens if I go... Nope, I misjudged where it starts and where it finishes. Crap! Hang on. Alright. Well, we're going to take a quick break from that one. And... Oh, no, not that one. That one. We're we're gonna try and find the gnomes. So we've got 2 to find in this one. Oops. So I'm gonna be on the hunt. Even if I find the one that I already found, I'm effectively looking for 3, but I'll be able to tell when my numbers go up. Alright. Alright, well, I know that I did this one because this is actually why we have 1 out of 3. I'm pretty sure. Was it? Oh, is this just the added eye? But also, why is there a chair? And now it's just that same info. Because why else come in here unless it's for like a little, like, unless it's just that little bit. Like, why can I drag this? Not really sure. Okay. So maybe not. No, I don't think there's anything further there. And I don't think we can do anything with that door. So I can obviously see that that's where the key is. But I'm not seeing anywhere that we can hug a gnome. That's where we came. That's weird. Because why not? I know that we're meant to find the key, but I thought I'd try and find the gnomes first. Is there anything gnome related? No? Okay. Because I don't think there's going to be much gnome related if I were to keep hunting out this room. Like, it just doesn't seem like this place that they'd actually be. I just want to try and break as much shit as possible as well. Lots of broken glass, nothing of interest that looks like to be in the glass. Oakley dokley. I wonder what happens if you bring the lock with you. Just for like no apparent reason other than I just want to bring the lock. No, I don't think you can. Okay. Okay, in we go. I was trying to see if there's anything in there that I could like free, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Alright, so we've got a bit of hunger going on, which means we're about to get caught. Which also has me wondering, like, how long can we actually go wandering through if we're hungry? Well, because the thing is I can't see. And it appears like this room is pretty self-contained, so... Boom. Alright, what can we do about either setting any of them free? Or, thank you so much for the follow. I was like, I'm just gonna make sure that my alert's probably going off. So we're, just for your like reference as well, we're, how many achievements? 4 known achievements and 5 unknown achievements, but I'm pretty sure I know what one of the unknown achievements is. But yeah, so we're doing well. We have finished like all the core storyline stuff and done most of the achievements. We're just in that final, thanks. I don't post a whole lot on Instagram, but I appreciate it. To be fair, I probably post more on Instagram than I probably give myself credit for. So the current plan of action is that I'm trying to find 2 of the 3 gnomes in chapter 2. Have you done any of this game before? Whee! No? Okay. Because yeah, we're trying to finish off achievements, because my goal, right, is to start Little Nightmares 2 tomorrow. So, just like, because like you're new here, so let's explain. Since I've started, I don't know why my alert keeps going off, but it does. So every October, since I've started streaming about 5 years ago, we have streamed or released content every single day for the month of October, and we call it Spooktober. That's what this is. So our current game is Little Nightmares. I'm hoping that we will finish achievement hunting today, and therefore I can start the second game tomorrow. That would be ideal. But yes, that's the goal. Tomorrow's stream won't be at the same time though, because I gotta work tomorrow morning. That's fun and delightful. I haven't even planned anything for what I'm doing for work tomorrow. Yeah, that's just a iced coffee because it is hot. Well, it's not. It's actually not too hot today, but it's yeah. Well, I am filming for an up and coming channel that's doing Magic the Gathering content. So we're going to be doing a Commander game this afternoon that I've been invited to partake in, and I work Sunday mornings because I'm a youth worker, so I do youth programs of a Sunday morning. Alright, so we're in this territory. An iced French vanilla latte. Ooh, that sounds good. Do we think there are any gnomes in this section that I'm gonna miss because... We're in a cage, see? That's exactly what you want, right? Right? No, mine's just instant coffee and caramel syrup because There's too much stuff in front of my coffee machine, so I can't get my espresso on. Ooh. I feel like gnomes are not in areas where you're in danger from these guys. This could be an area where it would be very easy to miss a gnome because you're safe from the big guys until you open that door. But yeah, so no, I don't mind the instant. I prefer to be able to run coffee through my espresso machine, where I pretty much make it the same way I would make an instant coffee anyway. It's just espresso instead of the instead of the instant coffee. But it's a big hassle sometimes. Ah! What? No, I made that. Fuck off. Ah! No worries. I hope that you enjoy your day. Oh, nice. We got 2 kitties. They're not in here currently because I got a candle, but yeah. Ooh, Scottish Fold. Oh, that's so cute. Mine are just domestic short hairs because their mother was a whore. Alright. I feel like this was the room that we got caught in initially. Can we... No, we can't do anything about that, but that feels very, gnomish. Alright. Whee! Keep running. Just keep running, running, running. Just keep running, running, running. What do? We run. Okay. I'm really worried we're missing like something glaringly obvious when it comes to the gnomes. Right? But I suppose we're still inside this chapter. So... Can I pick this up and take it with me? I just randomly take this with me. I don't know why, but we can. I did see a little gnomie across here. I like that they kind of like pinpoint the way, but like also... What? Like, what? I can't remember if this was the gnome that we'd hugged. I know there was a statue down there that's been crushed. All right. Is there something in that bag? I'm wondering if there is. Oh. Is he gonna leave? Here's the thing. He's left. What did we miss in this room? Because you just assumed that you keep going, right? Okay. Oops, I got caught. My bad. As if you wouldn't come back into the room after hearing all of that. Just saying. Do we have any gnome friends? Doesn't seem like it. Alright. Now, I've climbed some of these book things in the past and it hasn't been anything. I feel like I need to wait for him to walk a little bit further before I keep going. Any gnome friends? No. Alright. I got caught by mistake. Damn it. Because now I'm gonna need to like piff these. I suppose that's actually a fair thing, that if I'm throwing these on the ground, it gives me a clean getaway. Just decided to be destructive this time around for some reason. I don't know that I've ever climbed up this before. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I think our little character's exhausted because I can feel the heartbeat. So I think, I don't know if it's the more that you run or just... Oops, too far. I'm not sure. It's just something I've noticed that if I'm like running for extended periods of time. Can I make it? Okay. At this point in time, I just feel like we're just completing the chapter. Like, all over again. Although, funnily enough, I don't think we've had a death since I started this chapter. That's right, I forget that this is a just bolt. Oh my god. So we'll wait for that hand to come back. We'll do that again. Alright, so this is us, I feel like, starting to move on to the next chapter now that we've done his arms. And we didn't find any gnomes. That's okay. There's still 2 more gnomes. There's one with the chefs, there's one with the dining room. So... So that's not gonna work. So yeah, we're definitely moving on to the next section now. Oh, we hungry again. Okay. Did I mention that I finally did it, that I purchased the stuff needed for my game planner now? This was something that I think I went, oh, hang on, this would be the perfect area to hide an achievement. Because people don't necessarily think to go back once the storyline has taken them forward. Like, we had to keep going forward, we couldn't stop. And I feel like I made a very similar statement last time we were in this area. Watch me, edit myself and have that exact clip happen again. Okay. I'm not finding anything at the minute. This looks interesting. Can I grab that? No. No. Sometimes we get gnomies hiding in there. Because I know this is where the hidden statue was. I do remember there being some stuff, and I was like, why? Like, yeah, I remember there being, and so there was like a shrine or something with like the fruit in front, and I remember being like, okay, cool, but why? And I don't actually recall us seeing any other fruit. I do also think that was extended story, so I don't think that was main game. Or maybe it was, I don't know. I remember one thing being that this thing moved. And so it had me thinking that there was something in it. But I don't know what else to do about that info. And I can only really climb up on that shelf where the sugar is. Or up on this shelf, I guess. Can I just make a mess of the pantry? Because I can. Okay. Can't seem to jump on it either. Because now I'm sitting here being like, what happens if I open all the ovens? I know we can close them because I did that by accident. They all seem to be a bit stuck. They ain't going anywhere. Oops. My bad. find that funny because I think it's just that he sees us straight through. I just took a step forward to take 2 steps back. Or rather, I end up in the same position, but then he's a step forward now. I don't even know where all the gnomes bloody well end up. Can't even reach me. Suck shit. It's just like chucking a tanny. Crap. Crap. Well, at least we're not trying to do the no death part at this point in time. That's a little frustrating. Aww. None of my broken stuff saved. Oh, I can throw that down there. Didn't know that. Just distract him. One thing I noticed though, actually, is that like if I were to come down and come at the gnomes from the other direction now that I've died, does that work? Because they run up this way and then they end up getting caught. So what happens if I chase them back the other way? So I think I can hear that he's in this room. Yeah. It's probably a dumb decision, but... kind of just disappear, which is a little weird. We're just gonna gun it at this point in time. Yeah, nah, that's done. Lovely. Okay, well, it didn't even work, but I mean, it's not because I don't think it would work, just that I came about it the wrong way, got caught anyway, and whatever. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, hang on. Okay. Did we have a little Nomi that was still lurking in here? I think I broke the game. Still stuck. Ah, because he glitched. That's not fair. That death shouldn't count. But that does remind me, actually, I did die before and I didn't count it. So I do need to do a death counter anyway. But I'm not going to count that one because it actually was because the, yeah, because the game glitched. So, like, he wasn't moving, so the only way... Oh, shit, that scared me. The only way to actually stop him... Yeah, the only way to actually stop him is to... die. I suppose you could restart from checkpoint, but, like, that's also not the point. Please don't be stuck. There was a Nomi in here. But then he ran out. And I'm not sure where he would have gone. Hang on. I drop that there for a sec. Is there something we can stand on so that we can open that other door? Oh! We hugged a Nomi. Is that the one that we're missing? Or is that one that we got? That actually might be one that we got. What? That's annoying. I mean, good, but annoying. But what the vibe that I'm getting is that once you find one that keeps running from you, you've got to kind of keep running in that general direction. Oopsies. To find it. So like that ran that way. That's now closed. I have no idea. So they ran that way, which is a little frustrating because I did kind of want to see if it was one of them that I meant to hug. I'm not even holding the key anymore. My bad. Oh, I've noticed that the temperature has flicked on. The temperature, like, thing. Hang on. Sorry. Hang on. We have the little temperature icon, which tells me that the camera is starting to overheat. So we might just turn that fan on now, rather than it being on all the time. So this little guy just runs here and then disappears, which is very, very frustrating. But anyway. Because we often just race ahead. That's my thought process, you know? But like, Long Arms McGee moved on, right? Okay. Is he gonna leave because he's in here? No, he's just gonna go back into that main kitchen. Alright. Whatever. I feel like this was also another spot that we could hug a gnome. Am I absolutely certain that that didn't tick off a night? No, it didn't. Whee! Okay. And then grab this, drag it into here too. I'm pretty sure, like, I know that there's a gnome up here, but he dead, so I don't know that we can actually do anything further with that info. So yeah, I don't think that's it. I'm doing well. How are you? That's good. I'm trying to find the one gnome that I've missed in this chapter. Do you think I can find it? Because I believe there was one under here. So we've obviously found that one. And then we'll see, I don't know, there's just, we keep going further and further into the game, and I was like, we're not like replaying, although, to be fair, for hard to the core, kind of need to. Yes, the one in the bathroom I got, when we got the key, hugged him in this gameplay, but also it didn't tick our achievement counter up, so I'm assuming that that was one of the two that we'd found. I'm pretty sure that there was one underneath that table and that we'd found it during this gameplay. But he also wasn't there. So if the one in the bathroom I was able to hug in this gameplay, but it didn't count the counter up, then that would tell me that I've already, like, for some reason, some of the gnomes show up sometimes and not all the time. Like, whether you've hugged them or not. The one in jar in pantry. I fucking knew there was one in the pantry. That helps a bit because I'm like, I think that's the one that we're missing. Which means that I'm probably too far. I'm probably too far through the chapter to get that one. Because I don't think we go back through the pantry when we go back down to the kitchens now. And then other achievements wise, we're missing 2 gnomes in the second chapter with Long Arms McGee. And 1 gnome in the dining room area. But need to finish the chapter to get the first gnome in chapter 4. Maybe I'm missing... Maybe that's the one that I'm missing in chapter 4. Yeah, so we're missing 1 in chapter 4, 1 in this chapter, which you've just confirmed my thought process, which is that it was in the pantry. I thought it was, and I was like, this feels like this is an area that you would have a gnome. We'd sussed it out a couple of times, and I've just obviously completely overlooked it, or I didn't do the mechanics correctly to release it. Yeah, and then there's 2 in the second chapter. And then from the bottles, because we do have the DLC as well, from the bottles, there's 1 in each of those extended chapters that we're missing. Where we also have the Hard to the Core achievement, which I'm assuming is a no death run. And then there are 5 more hidden achievements after the chef to hook chase. You go back left and you drop down the large pipe through the large hole. Okay. Well, since we're close to the end of this chapter anyway... Oh, thank you for the follow. Yeah, since we're at the end of this chapter, getting towards the end of this chapter, we might as well... we might as well finish this out so that we can try... to get that first gnome for chapter 4, in case that's the one that I'm missing from chapter 4. I don't know which ones. Yeah. Which part of Aussie are you from? It's nice to have more Aussies because most of my chat is non-Aussies. And that's fine, but it means that when I change the timing of my streams, which I do quite consistently, it means that like half of my chat can't come to like all my streams, whereas like if you're Aussie, then it's more likely that you'll be able to like be part of the streams, if that makes sense. Oh nice, I've been to the Murray once, but I think I was on the Victoria border. Because I think it was in Echuca. And we did the Murray. Because we did the ducks down the Murray. It was a camping trip that I took when I was like 10. And then sort of dabbled up into New South Wales a little bit while I was there. The only time I've been in South Australia was that I had a layover in Adelaide, so I don't think that really counts. But yeah. Have you played the 3rd Little Nightmares game? Because I only just recently realized that it dropped. I realized like on the 12th that it dropped on the 10th, and I was like, are you kidding me? And I'd played Little Nightmares, like this one right here. I'd played this one back in 2021, right? And I played it back in 2021, had finished the storyline. I must have gotten the DLC after that point in time. But I was already achievement hunting for at least the core part of the game. And then I just never got around to starting it back up again. And I'm one of the people who I will try to achievement hunt and 100% games before I like move on if they're like particularly storyline. Getting majority achievements? Nice. I can't be bothered waiting for you fuckers. But yeah, so we've done most of the achievements in this game. I'm hoping to start the second one tomorrow. We shall see. And then fingers crossed that actually we will get to play the third one before the end of the season. Do you also speedrun? We also speedrun over here. So I hold a second place speedrun for the game Italju. And I have been tempted to speedrun Limbo because that seems achievable. And I have definitely had thoughts about Little Nightmares because it definitely seems like the kind of game that's like, the mechanics are fairly like straightforward, you know, like it's just, yeah. So speedrun practice. So do you hold a speedrun? Like, have you uploaded a speedrun, I guess I should ask. Because, like, also, I don't care what level that is. That is still, like, being on a leaderboard for speedruns. Fuck yous all. Inside, I think was the one that I was talking about speedrunning, not Limbo. It was one of them. I played Inside and I played Limbo at the same time, and I could not for the life of me remember the name of the game Inside at the time. But yeah, I think that was the one that I was actually thinking about speedrunning. I haven't yet done that. Fuckity shit. Fuck. Yeah, I think that was actually the one that I was thinking of speedrunning. Oh, that was so fucking close. But yeah. So what I'm hearing is that there's a gnome somewhere in this section. Is that right? Have I ever come back in here? I don't know that I've ever come back in here. Here we go. So actually, that's gone up, and you said that that's actually the gnome for chapter 4. Is that correct? Because that'll be our missing one for chapter 4, in which case I won't have to keep going through chapter 4. Either way, it's either chapter 3 or chapter 4's gnome. Amazing. So, in that case, I can just go back to our main menu now. Let's have a look at our chapter selection. I have gotten all the statues. I've just gotten them across 2 different save files. So we're ignoring statues at the minute. So there we go. This one is officially done. Oh! We did get this one. It didn't tick one off on the thing, though. Okay, so the bathroom one must have been a new one. But maybe I don't remember getting that in our other save. This one's missing 2, which I knew about. And this one says 3. So why does our achievement counter say 10 out of 13? If it's 2 from here. And that's it. Now I'm confused. And then it's this particular save play that I didn't do the extended story. Okay, well that makes no sense. I don't know why they're not counted, but... Alright, so it's 2 from here that we're missing. I think it would be cool to have all the statues on the same file as well, but I'm not too fussed about it. So let's see. Do we want to try and go for the chapter 2 gnomes? Do we want to go to the other save file and try and do the flotsam bottles? Because it's 1 from each chapter we're missing of that one. Or do we try to do hard to the core again? I am assuming that hard to the core is no death. I have not yet looked up the guides to any of these achievements yet. I figured that I want to try and do as much of it as I can by myself, where I can feasibly see, like these, I know what's going on with most of these achievements. Once we've sort of run out of what I know, then sort of looking up the guides I can sort of see. Under an hour! Fuck! I didn't realize it wasn't just no deaths. Okay, I mean, it's doable. I do see it as being doable. But, fuck. Alright. Cool. Let's... Not dying is the hard part? Okay. I'm sitting here being like, yeah, like, you just take your time a little bit and you can get through with no dying. But... I must have gotten the one from the pantry if this is saying 3 out of 3. I'm going to go do this one again and see if we can find the 2 from this chapter. I believe... I don't know if Teapot's still in chat. Teapot probably has me muted anyway. Okay, we'll see. So we have one. The thing is, I'm pretty sure we have more on, like, in this chapter on the other save, but whatever. After you pass... Is his name Roger? We've just been calling him Long Arms McGee. Before Hugh Pit. Hugh Pit. Is there a gnome in this section? Like, I know we've chased a gnome previously, and we've dealt with in there. But I didn't know if there was an actual gnome here. Because as far as I know, I haven't found him. I just remember him running out from that chair and running into that gap in there. Password before the Hugh Pit. Hugh Pit? I'm just trying to think what the Hugh Pit is. Yeah, I've done this. I've been in there, and I know that it's an eye. Like, I've been through all of that. Because then we get to see the runaway kid in the eye. So I knew that. And I know there's a chair there, but I don't really know what else to do from there. Like, this just seems like a spot, like, you chase a gnome in, and, like, you can see some gnomes here. I also don't get what the point of the eye is, aside from just getting the cool thing of being able to see what else is happening. The gnome's behind the button? As in, like... And then I need to hit it a bunch of times? He runs upstairs to platform left. Oh, as in like... Hang on. I twigged. We chased him on the stairs. I didn't realize he was the same one. This one? Oh, I've got him? Okay. So he's the one that we've got on this save file then. So there's two there, right? But then, like, you run into here. And they're gone. Most common is in the vent after you pass Roger. Okay. Well then, yeah, considering we have 1 out of 3 on here, that would indicate to me that that is one that we're missing. Because the big thing is a whole bunch of these gnomes would have been found when I first played the game back in 2021. And because that's been 4 years, more than 4 year gap, oops, I have definitely forgotten what I have and haven't gotten. But even then, I did a second gameplay. Like, we started a new gameplay when I redid this one. No, open, and, beep. I'm too close, that's my problem. So what is the speed run for the first one? Oh my golly goodness me. Because I know that there's 2 hiding here later. Because they run out and distract Roger, and that's why he leaves. Yeah. So we shall go get caption. Oh, that feels nice as a stretch. Thank you. Thank you for giving me a hand. Okay. Alrighty. Oops, shit. No, I always forget. I always forget that this one is the one that you climb the elevator. So in the vent, after we pass Roger, is this the passing of Roger that we're talking about? Okay. So, is it that it's in this room? Once you... Because I tried this last time we were in here, which was just earlier today. And, whoa! My leggings are tucked around the edge of my feet, and they're slippy leggings. And so I put my foot there for support, and I've just gone, wee! Yeah, so when I did this earlier today, I had gotten up the top, Roger had opened the door and left the room. You drop down, trapdoor, in vent, near suitcase, opposite lantern. Oh, no. Okay, hang on. We drop down the trapdoor. In the vent near the suitcase, opposite lantern, is ladder. Okay. Oops. in the vent. Opposite lantern. Oh, in here. Ah. That was dumb. That's not what I meant to do. Alright, so that should give us... Okay, here we go. Okay. So this is now updated to tell me 12 out of 13, even though we just hugged one gnome, which means that for whatever reason it didn't clock one of the gnomes quite properly. Until just now. Because I was sitting there being like, why is it only clocking a different number of gnomes? But I don't know. Alright, so we've got one more. Is on the floor in the on floor in the piano room. Okay. So I know that I'm right to just keep going then. Alrighty. Nope. 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 There we go. Done. Trying to do mod view stuff from my phone is hard. Involve hugging all gnomes? Ah. Interesting. And 100% speed runs? Oh, nice. Whee. See, this was the room that I was thinking of. That I was like, most people would just keep going. And by doing that, like, you have the perfect excuse to hide an achievement in this area because everybody thinks to just keep going now that they've safely made it. And it's like, well, actually, Roger's left now, so you're safe to just do it. So yeah, what is the speed run records for these? And do you hold a first place or just on the leaderboards? No, never. What am I doing? Hold down the wrong button on my controller to be running. Alright, so, in here. On the floor in here. Because I thought I had sussed out the floor in here, but obviously not. Oh, there he is. Aww, achievement! Kindness will be your undoing. Alright, so. My gamer planner should be here in the next week. So these things will be a lot easier to track, but anyway. Okay, so we've done that achievement. So now there's 3 known achievements. Hard to the core, and then the Flotsam bottles. Which I also think, I would be fairly certain. You're second in all gnome statues in the enhanced version. Nice. What's different about the enhanced version versus... Does that mean you've also done, like, the extended stories one? Like the Runaway Kid? Anyway, there's no point for us to keep being here. We will have to load back into this save one, because this save is the one that's got 4 out of 5 bottles. So, if I go back to this one, I can actually track properly what I have and haven't found, rather than potentially doing it in the original save file, which will be like, oh yeah, we got another one, but we don't know if that's actually a new... Yeah, we don't actually know if that's a new thing or not. Like a new bottle that we haven't previously found. So yeah, we're at 4 out of 5 on all of them. Oh, and patch some strats in the original. Ah. Okay. So we're just missing 1 bottle out of all of the, like in each of these chapters, just 1. I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan. You're 8th in playing all DCs. I love that. I love that. So I have only uploaded my It'll Do speedrun in the category that, so It'll Do, you basically, it's a game that you can play in under 15 minutes. It's actually like an achievement to complete the game in under 15 minutes. Nobody thinks to upload their like run if they achieve that achievement, because there's actually not a whole lot of people on that leaderboard. And even then, some people have uploaded over 15-minute runs. And it's like, well, it's actually an achievement to go under 13 or under 15. But anyway, but yeah, I was just like, okay, my hair is not doing its thing well. We're gonna have to let it out and I'll just fix it up later. But yeah, we have no light. So if I find a bottle in here, it's gonna be really hard to actually see it. Because I don't think we actually ever ran this way. Did we? No, we must have. So then what's this way? I know there's like a door there, but... Because this feels like an area you would hide a bottle. Is there a bottle here? No, not that I can see. But yeah, so I was saying about Idledew. It's got, so you've got 3 different wands to get to be able to beat the boss. But you can get away with just getting, first bottle's a little way off. Okay, cool. That's helpful. We, the, yeah, so but you can finish the game with only 2 of the wands. So I have the fire and the portal wand. And that's the run that I've done. It's not the fastest way to complete the game, but the ice wand is a bitch to fucking deal with. So I just don't. But if I can get ice, that'd be fine. I don't even think there is a category for ice and portal, because it just is generally the fastest one. And so, because of that, everyone just uploads it to the any percent run when they do ice and portal, because you might as well at that point in time. And yeah. So yeah, because you might as well, like, you just do. So there isn't a category specifically for ice and portal, because everyone just uploads it to the any percent. But then there's categories for every other combination of wand. We got that bottle, I know that. And I don't think you get the opportunity to reopen them. No. Yeah, you don't get an opportunity to reopen them in the same save file. It's hard to tell when you can't, like, see. Like, whee! Plonk. Alright. So I was talking to one of my youth kids last night who plays the series as well, but they don't have the DLCs. And I was talking to them about this particular, like, thing. And I was like, look, I'm not gonna, like, I was like, if you don't want to, I won't talk about it, but, and they're like, no, like, go for it, like, what happens, like, what, and I was like, well, when you get to the end of it, you're, like, one of the little gnomes, and they're like, oh, that's great, like, that's kind of cool how, like, you sort of, and I said, yeah, and then you end up going into the kitchen and you start circling the sausage, and watching the light in their eyes go, oh. Alright. Is there a bottle in this section before I move on? I feel like we did, like, explore this quite a bit before, like, immediately darting off, but I feel like it doesn't hurt just in case I did, like, miss something glaringly bloody obvious. Yes. Yeah. So, That one we already got. We already had that one. I didn't realize that was the first one of the level, but I do have that one. Because what had happened originally when I played this was that I didn't realize you could open the bottles. And I worked it out on the 5th bottle, or what I believe to be the 5th bottle of the level. And so then when I came back to go through, it was one of the first ones that I obviously found to get up to my 4. So we're just missing one. And I don't know that I could even tell you which one it is. Why did that seem like there was a... Fuck off! I was gonna say, why did it seem like there was a room off to the right of that before I come down the hallway? There is not. Okay. There is one bottle that I know that I've seen that I don't know how to get, which is in, so it might be in this level, water-wise. Yes, I think that's the one. So I know... Really? That's rude. There was 2 there that I didn't catch. Hang on. I'm just gonna like override it. Yeah, I did see it there in like the grates, and I was like, I can't figure out how to sort of do this. I don't know if it's one that I even do. Yeah, I wondered if that was meant to be my 5th one. All right, let's do this. Or is he not in this part yet? I don't think he's in this part yet. Climb through porthole under door. Oh. I think that's what I was missing. I knew that... I was like, why can't I see? And it's because the torch has turned itself out. Oh. Okay, hang on. I don't know the best method for this. I just know you throw this at them and... This is the method that I found to work best, but I don't know that it's actually what I'm meant to do. Like, as in, whether it is foolproof that it that works 100% of the time, or what the go is. Alright. Is it a speedrun tactic? Because, like, that's just what I would do all the time. So... You said something about porthole. Is it this area? Because I know that on the other side of this, there's like the thing. There's like the grate. And then there looks to be a bottle on the other side of it. Move the level 1 position. Okay. I'm assuming it'd be safe to just do that, but... And then we climb through here. And that's how we get the bottle. I had a feeling, very strong feeling, that this was the bottle that I was missing. Anyway, so this is it for this particular chapter. We don't need to keep going. Awesome. Cool. I knew it. I had seen this bottle and I knew that it was probably the one that we needed. That was what actually I was missing. But... So that's officially 5 out of 5. Let's do this one. We're missing one. We're just missing one in all of these. And I'm assuming that the third chapter of this is a hidden achievement. Because we have 5 hidden achievements and I'm assuming one of them is the... the achievement for the flotsam bottles. Ooh. Bonk. Bonk, bonk. Bonk. This feels like it'd hurt. At least we don't have to deal with Water Guy again. I hate dealing with Water Guy. I just heard Marla get yelled at. I'm assuming that the bottles are a little while off, but I feel like if I don't check, then that'll be the time that they're in that immediate area. So this was one that because we had twigged about the bottles, we found 3 out of 5 in the first playthrough while we were also trying to figure out how the game works. Like how the level works. So... Get him out. Boop. Friend. I don't know that I found a bottle in this section. Don't know if that means that there's just not one. Or, yeah. Is it? I can see it being a very good ringtone for sure. Oops. Still too far. Alrighty. Whee. Okay. So what are the 5 in this level? Why did our friend not come with us? Did you get stuck? Come. Thank you. It's one thing I've noticed that they get stuck quite a bit. Now, I did do the one that was off to the left of this and then glitched myself out and had to restart from the checkpoint. Yeah, so I have that one, dead set, because it got glitched. Like, just straight up, one of the gnomes just disappeared. And I was like, okay, cool. So I had to restart from a checkpoint. But yeah, no, I have that one. Whee. Bonk. One, two, where's our 3rd? 3? Hey, come back and join the group, buddy. Thank you. Love it. Okay. So yeah, so we got the one that was on the table up to the left. We got, I'm trying to think of the other ones that we got in this level. Can't think. Bottle on top platform. Under steps. Yes, we do have that one. In fact, I think that was the first one that I found when running through this level. The one that's under here. Because I remember Hattie being like, I'm amazed you saw that. And I was like, me too, to be honest. Yeah, no, we got that one. Is there one in here before I break the floor? I assume that they wouldn't be that close together. Like under the steps and then immediately in that next room. We can always restart, I guess, if we need to. Achievement here is throwing the wooden gnome at the furnace? What? That'll be one that I don't have. So that wooden gnome on the table, is that what you're talking about? Okay, gotcha. Oh, I need to take it around with me? I think once that's fully open, that's done though, right? I was like, what's going on? Okay. Can we not go back into this section once we've cleared it? Or do you have to do it when you first come through the section? I suppose we don't, like, now that that's open, we don't actually need the sound to distract him. Oops. I forget I can't jump while holding onto something. Crap. I thought that if I ran, like I jumped into it at that point in time, I was like, oh, I'm gonna butcher that. Hang on. Before we continue. Okay. Oh, I should have pushed the button again. Can I do it while holding on the gnome? No. God damn it. Oh, I'm an idiot. I mean, not... Yes, but not really. Okay. So if I just take this where I need to, then I don't have to worry about it while I'm running around doing everything else. So he can stay here. Oops. Alright. I have done the bottle that's in the, like, on the top shelf past that door there to the left. So that's done. Is there anything in here aside from that button? Or is this just like a point of interest? Now I'll go run this way. So yeah, so that bottle up there we've gotten. So what's that? That's 3 out of the... That's 3 out of the 5 bottles. I think. 1, 2, 3. And so therefore there's 1 more that I found and 1 more that I haven't. Ah, that was a bit bullshit. Oh well. I feel like we've never had this many issues with the thing. Alright, let's try this. There we go. I don't know why I had so many issues, but it did. Ah. That was a lot quicker than one of the other times. One of the other times we tried to do it, it just kept running. And it was very frustrating. Alright. I need one of you guys. Wonderful. 1, 2, 3. Come on. Let go. Let's push this. No, put him down. Put him down. Thank you. Is our third one not coming? Why? Come with us. Sometimes I find that I just need to like literally pick them up and just be like, come. Come do the thing. That doll is moving. Kind of creepy. I don't know that I remember why the doll was moving. I kind of want to suss it out now. I probably already did and I'm just forgetting, but hang on. Oh, it's rats. I think maybe I did know that. What? Why are you all the way over there? I'm assuming we won't have any other bottles again until the other side. I'm assuming, like, my assumption is just that it's 2 and 2. One, 2, 3. I actually counted the wooden one there and then realized it wasn't when I saw the other one running. You can come with me, sir. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. I was like, are you coming? If I have to run back and get him... If I have to run back and get him, I'll run back and get him, but that's still really frustrating. Why didn't you just come the first time? No, don't do that. Oh, I thought we were about to die for a sec. I was really worried. Alright, so this is going to be one of the hidden achievements, which is really exciting. 1, 2, 3. There we go. I missed. Might help if I... Because of the gnomes. I mean, I can see that. That's valid. Ashes in the maw. Are you proud of yourself? Yes. Because we got another achievement. Woo! Alright, let's go deal with this side. Oops. I find that if I don't take him out immediately, we end up losing a gnome randomly somewhere else. Not that it particularly matters, but I kind of just want all the gnomes to go and do what they want to do. You know, it's really funny. I never thought to do this gnome at this point. After you pass Roger under the steps on floor before you go up the stairs is a bottle. That might be the bottle that we're missing. Is there any point in doing, like, when you're doing a speed run of this, that is there any point in doing this part now, or after, or does it really not matter? Just gonna wait for him to get out of our way. Effectively, we just want it to be safe to run around him. Alright. Quicker to do this side first. There. So under these stairs, is that what you're saying? Yeah, this will definitely be a bottle that we're missing, I reckon. Boop. Yep, there it is. Is that the achievement? Yep. Is anybody out there? That's that achievement done. Yeah, I don't care that... we don't care about that now. Okay. So, that means 5 out of 5, which means we got one more in this chapter, which, as I said before, I suspect is a hidden achievement. Oh, it won't load the achievements while we're in this screen. Yeah, we've got 1 known achievement, 4 hidden achievements. All right. Where are the bottles in this one? Now, things that we have done here. This, I understand obviously because we've restarted the chapter. I've done this. I have been inside this room here. So that's not a worry. We've got the bottle that's in the hallway. What else? Down... Is it this one? Yeah, this one up there. We've gotten that bottle. Yeah, this one we've gotten. What else have we gotten? We got the bottle that's in the room with the 3 statues and like there's fruit in front of one of them. What else have we done? What else have we gotten? Did I ever figure out what this section was? This just kind of seems like a random ass section. Oh, it's okay. So the next bottle isn't available until after we've gotten the key. Okay, gotcha. That helps me because then I whiz through everything. Amazing. We'll grab that, we'll throw it off the edge. We survived the fall, that's all that matters. Where am I? I don't know why, but it started doing that glitch after the first time we did that room. And so it's easier to just throw it in there and then, yeah. Done super quick. That's not where I was trying to tell you to put it. I didn't even think you could put it there, to be honest. I thought it was one of those things where it's like, no, this doesn't fit, so we just don't allow you to put it there. But the wooden one is the confusion. Like, you put that into place, and naturally it doesn't work. But it will still fit on the one that it, in theory, will fit on because of the shape. Oh, that's not the one that I meant. Whee! I'm hoping we can get this one done soon, because I'm kind of hungry. Is it that one? Yes, it's that one. And this one. Now, I did do the thing. One thing I thought was interesting about this little section though is that there seems to be like a fruit thing. Why am I stuck? Oh, I don't know if that was my controller or what was going on. But like, what happens if I can we get other fruit to give it to them? What happens if you just do something with the fruit? Is there... My brain thinks that this would be a good opportunity for a an achievement, that's all. Oh. A lot ask if you know why the turnip is there. Is tell them I do. Do you just tell them that you do, but you don't actually know? I wondered if that was also the case. I remember when I first saw these little guys, like these little shadows, I was like, friend. They're not friends. Not at all. I'm actually just going to turn this light out in front of me for a second, because I can't actually see their shadows properly when I... Oh. Yeah, I can't see their shadows properly when I have that light in my face. I think from memory it's just the 3 of them. Bottle front of screen in corridor before going in the room with the shadow kids. Alright, we'll see if I got that one, because I don't remember. It's, I'm just trying to think, 1, 2. I think we've come across the 2 that we could have come across so far. And so I think there's 3 more, 2 of which I found. I can't remember if bottle in front of screen door in corridor before going into the room. Sorry, the one down here. Yeah, we got that one. Whee. I don't remember how many of these we need to... There's so many. Ah! I think that's it. Okay. So that'll be number 3. So there's 2 more. 2 more opportunities of the bottle that I haven't found. Next bottle is play piano. This was also something that seemed like there should be extra stuff in here. I always remember there's one that comes from like behind or something. Okay. I think this is the last one. I don't think we need to get the Shadow Kids. So you're saying play piano. Yep, that'll be the one that we're missing from this level. Alright, so we got that one, which is that a hidden achievement? That is a hidden achievement. I'm losing you. I've been out of reach for a while. Alright, so we now only have hard to the core and 3 hidden achievements. What are my hidden achievements? That is now the question. At this point in time, I think I can click global achievements to see. So they are, one is only 4%, 4.7% have got. The other is 3.1, and the last one is 2.4. So they're ones that not a lot of people get. And that, I suppose it just depends on whether people are interested in 100% in the game, but yeah. Okay. Do we start to look at the guides as to what achievements it is that I'm missing? Or do we try to like power through and figure it out? I'm just gonna make a note that the hard to the core is no deaths, 1 hour. You say as a play? Okay, so there's 3 achievements that we're missing. What are we missing? Because I don't even know which ones I'm missing from which sections. So we have you're a walking tutorial. That is true. I just don't know what sections I should be looking in. That's the problem. Like, we could be just going round and round in circles. The other thing is that since I still need to do the hard to the core achievement, that's probably not the end of the world to go through that. Can you do it on one of these, or do you have to be a new save file for hard to the core? We're going to attempt this once, and then I will need to probably get off because I don't know if you were part of the conversation before, but I've been invited to to play some Magic for an up and coming Magic channel. So I'm gonna go do that after this. So we're gonna give this a hot crack, and maybe any achievements that we find along the way, and then yeah. But we'll pick it back up again tomorrow at probably about this time. So whoop. Okay. But as I said, my goal is to try and get to Little Nightmares 3 before the end of the month. Because I, like, yes, we're doing Spooktober, but my hope is also that we would get to do other games outside of this, but I really would like jump up and down on the bed. We've jumped up and down on a bed. Is that the where is it? Highly Sprung? You'd jump even higher if you knew what slept there. Because we did that one. Is that just any bed? Okay, cool. I think we did that one with the chef's bed, to be honest. So we've done that. But I appreciate that because it means we get to check in as we go for anything that I'm missing. Oh, oh, okay, is it just playing piano? I don't know that we've got that one, to be honest. Let's see. Do we know what it's called? Sneaky rat, or not all lights can do. Yeah, I don't think I've done that one. Six's song? No. Okay, so there you go. So that's one that we're missing. Whee. Whoops, nearly missed that. Damn. I was hoping I could skip it, but not the case. Kitchen helper? Let's see. No, I don't think we've got kitchen helper. Yes. Yeah, nah, I think it'll be Kitchen Helper and Six's song that I'm missing. Alright, love it. I'm gonna be mad if I die at this point in time. Whoop, that was nearly bad. Also, how would you time run this? Would you start a new game save file and then utilize the time used, like the time on the save file account as what the time is? We've got an evasive. Yeah. No, I know that I got that one because that one was one that we got somewhat recently. It was like part of like when I did the run a second time this year. Well, the first time this year, but second time ever. So the next one's not until chapter 2, it's playing the piano. There's the kitchen hand, or the kitchen helper one in chapter 3 with the chefs. Climb up the chain. That's what I always forget. Should I wait for it to come back a little bit more this way? This seems like a really big jump to try and make. I also don't know how high I'm meant to climb to be safe in jumping across to that platform. So I like overdo it a little bit just to be ultra safe, you know? Fun and games ahead? I don't think so. Let me have a quick sec. Fun and games ahead. No, I don't see that here. So I think they're the 3 that I'm missing. Oh, that's the first chapter of the DLC? Ah. Oops, not that one. Yes, that one. I suppose you don't actually need to do like a jump off of that one there. You could just do it the way that I just did it there. I can't help but like let him free. Like, I'm watching him. That's rude. I feel like I have to do that. Whee. This is where I died the last time I went to do the hard to the core run. Whee! Woot! This is the furthest we've made in this run. Like, in doing a hard to the core run. It's the furthest we've made. I'm just gonna double check my timing. I actually don't know what time we started the run though, so I have no idea, no way of tracking how long it's taken me. Oh, I nearly fell. I was too close to the corner. That kind of sound makes it feel like he's coming. That was a risky fall, but I figured we'd be fine. Whee. In-game timer deducts load times, so you get an extra 10 minutes to play with. Okay, that's handy to know. Whee. see little Nomi off to the side there. Alright, so we're getting hungry. Does that mean that if we're trying to do a hard to the core run at the minute, we're not going to be able to stop to do the other three, or actually it'd just be the two hidden achievements? I like that the singing just gets progressively like louder every time, like the closer you get to being like, yes, I'm hungry. Kitchen Help is the second hardest achievement in the game. Maybe we won't do that in a hard to the core run. So if I die before we get to the Kitchen Helper one, then I will continue through and just try and do it because we're there. But if I'm still death free by that point in time, it sounds like I should be trying to avoid that one and just come back to it when I can solely focus on that achievement. Like the piano one, Six's song, kind of just sounds like if we run across the piano, like it's not going to take that long to do, and it'll be fine. Wait, this is the one we climb. I remembered. It's all good. Just gotta be careful not falling off the piano keys. Gotcha. Alright. Let me run already. Because I already feel like this is where it takes up a lot of time, is what I feel like. Is that it's these ones where oh, fuck off. No. Shit. Fucking dick balls. Okay. Well, now we're just going to do the hidden achievements. I thought we were fine. That was rude. You can jump gap and quickly go over the cage without stopping. Ah. The thing is, right, is I thought I was trying to jump that gap and I obviously had failed to do so properly. But now we've made it harder for ourselves. Will still be an animation as you jump to the hole. Ah. Well, handy to know. So it sounds like we're going to start with the hard to the core run tomorrow. And if I can get that done in like the first couple of hours of stream, which gives me a chance to like die a couple of times, feels like we can still move on to Little Nightmares 2 tomorrow. It'll just be that we start with Little Nightmares 1 to get that final achievement that we're missing. So Six's song is obviously you play the piano, but what is the kitchen helper one? So pretty much you just gotta, as soon as you get into that room, just run and jump over to jump into the hole. And because he's still in animation, we have that little bit of time. I also noticed that in theory it would be quicker to be on the side of the trapdoor as you like wind, right? Because then you're closer to the trapdoor. But I've noticed that they're actually slower in trying to turn it, whereas if they're on the other side. In the main area, kitchen area is a cauldron at the fireplace back of the room. Yes, I remember that. I'm assuming it has something to do with putting something in there. Need to throw 3 items into it? Okay. Okay. You can run through the dolls at the front of the screen? Okay. I wasn't sure. I was always like, oh, I'll try and get around them, but... Because I noticed if you don't make sound while you get through, he doesn't, that he doesn't come back yet. I'm pressing the wrong bloody button. Oh, it didn't set off all the fucking clocks. Okay, interesting. Alright, so we're just going to play those piano keys. We're going to then try and go to the kitchen helper. I'm assuming it's really hard because the chefs are consistently coming back in. There we go. So many keys, yet none to unlock your cage. Alright, so we got Six's song. we're going to pretend that didn't happen. All the great players do it without setting off the clocks. I suppose it doesn't really matter anyway, but... Alright, give me 1 sec. I'm just checking in about the magic. Alright, so we said there was one in that first chapter and there's one in here. Let's do this one because we've at least know what we're doing with this one. Oh. Ah, that's rude. The bench with the ladle hanging along it is the safest place to hide. Yes, because they can't actually reach under the bench. All right. Okay. I was just checking in about my take carrot from the pantry. Okay. Fish head under table and cheese near bottles on crate. Okay. So, this carrot? I feel like he circles back. I don't remember his pattern. This is fucking ballsy, but I'm gonna do it. Alright. We'll let him do his thing and crack it. Because I got caught. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Cheese near bottles. What do you mean cheese near bottles? That's the one that I'm like, huh. Oh, up here, right in front of my face. Oh no. I got it stuck. I got it stuck. Do I have to reset from a checkpoint? Always go back to pantry. Cause can I throw like that in? Is that gonna work? Where is he? Alright. So is it just that I've got to throw 3 things in? Oops, shit. My bad. That's fine. Okay, cool. Yay! We did it! Amazing. So it's just one achievement, but I have been informed that food is actually ready and then people are going to be here for us to film. So I am going to actually have to wrap this one up here, but we will stream again tomorrow. We know exactly what we're doing. We've got one achievement that's to do with the DLCs. We've got the hard to the core achievement, and as soon as those are done, we'll be starting Little Nightmares 3, which is really good. So we'll probably be starting at about this time, maybe like a smidgen's bit earlier, 3 carrots, 2 turnips, 6 fish, 1 cheese, 3 sausages for soup, any percent speed run. That is hilarious. But yeah, so we'll be on about this time again tomorrow, and I shall see you guys then. Thank you for being here. Bye!